Good evening, everyone. Welcome in to a long overdue DISANITY live stream from home. It's just me for now. Melissa is a little bit tired, a little bit I wouldn't say under the weather, but she's definitely tired. We had to work today. We had some issues with the car last night. We had to get that worked out today. So she's taking the night off. She's downstairs. She'll probably pop into the chat. She may even come up and join me if she has a few things to talk about, but I'm pretty sure I have her proxy when it comes to what we're going to talk about tonight, because we were pretty much on the same page about everything when it comes to our trip. We missed you guys. It's been a while since we've been here. We did some streams while we were out in Disneyland. For those that were able to come into those streams, we definitely appreciate you coming in. I hope you enjoy them. We had a blast doing the streams out there. We were really lucky, I think, for the most part, with connection and things of that nature. But we got a lot to get into tonight. So I will give a little bit of preface right off the bat. This will probably be an extended version of DISANITY tonight, because I don't want to kind of break this up into two streams, because I've got everything on my mind now. So I want to get all of it out. So hopefully you'll be able to hang around for it. We are going to break this down as much as we can into different parts. We'll talk about D23. Then we'll talk about our Disneyland and DCA time. And we'll talk about Oogie Boogie Bash. We'll get into all of it. Pros, cons, yeses, nos, better or worse. Worth it, not worth it. We're going to kind of break it all down for you. I even got an outline ready to go so I can go over everything with you guys as much as I can. I have about 10 videos that I have prepared that'll be coming out over the next 10 days of different things that happened while we were out there that I think you guys will enjoy. Everything from the Oogie Boogie Bash to the Disneyland Railroad, all kinds of fun stuff. So hopefully you'll enjoy all of that. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff. I hope you enjoy it. It's a little bit unique, not too much in the way of overview stuff, just some really fun stuff that I think you guys will enjoy. But before we even get started, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Well, first, actually, let's do some quick mousekeeping. Of course, Dean over at The Live Place. Check him out, theliveplace.com, for family-friendly streams. If you're looking for a certain streamer, a certain day of the week, certain time, certain genre, because it's not all Disney, check out Dean over at The Live Place. I think he has over 200 people in there now for live streams. So he is your TV guide of live streamers. We have 4 partner channels. We have Steve's World Monday nights, just another Monday night. Dan goes live with me on Wednesday nights. Be sure to check him out with me for Disney movie review, which hopefully we'll be getting back to probably not tomorrow, but the next following Wednesday for sure. Jeff and Angel at Dis Our Dream. They go live usually on Thursdays and the weekends. Be sure to send out your prayers to them. I know they've been going through some personal stuff right now, and our hearts, prayers, and thoughts are with them and their family for sure. And obviously, we're here to support them any way we can. We miss them, and hopefully everything's going okay. Be sure to keep them in your prayers. And last but not least, of course, Pete McDevitt. Pete goes live with Disney and sports pretty much every day of the week. If you go on Pete's channel, I'm sure he is live or he's got a live stream scheduled. So check him out. All of our members, thank you to our members. I hope we say it enough. If we don't say it enough, we'll do our best to say it even more. You guys go above and beyond. We definitely appreciate your membership. Membership is a big part of why we're able to do the types of things we do, to be able to give the content to go out to Disneyland and D23. A lot of times we're not able to do it without your help, and that's what that membership is there for. And we're very, very grateful to all of our members, and we love all of you very, very much. And even if you're not a member, we love you, but it's just a little something extra for them to let them know we haven't forgotten them. And let's say hi to everybody in the chat really, really fast here. Of course, Leanne Sherbick is here. There's Mandy Adams, This Life of Ours, June and Rachel and family. We saw them while we were out there. Mandy Adams is here. Kenneth H., one of our members. Jane Leslie. Hannah Waghorn, one of our members. We got to see Hannah before we left one day, just for a little while, but we did get to ride Haunted Mansion together. That was awesome. I said Kenneth H. Gigi's here. Genie52573. Craig's Robotics in the house. Good to see you. Who else we got in here? We got Will Lovins is here, another member. What's up, Will? Good to see you. Sunshine and Disney Time. I love that name. Welcome in. Good to have you here. Let's see. G. Wilson. What up, G? Mandy Adams. Jack Santa Claus Logan. We got to see Matt while we were out there, too. Matt, good to see you, buddy. Debbie Bernfeld and Megan, 2 more members, and they're wonderful people. Good to see both of you. Julie Hunter is here. Who else we got? Douglas Bailey, another member, is here. We've got Sir Euchre is here. What's up, Sir Euchre? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Lucinda Nix is in the house. Long day at school, but excited to hear about the trip. Good to have you here. Who else we got here? We've got, I think it's everybody. Got a lot of repeats here. Keith BDF is here. If I missed you, I apologize. There's Greg J, another member in the house. Vicky Pauly, Marvin Hicks is here. Victor is here. What's up, Victor? Good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Connectivity was pretty great out there, but that's not a surprise because metro density tech heavy area. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Rhiannon is here, another member all the way down in Australia. Good to see you. Rhiannon. Allie French is here. And, it just jumped big time. Holy macaroni, man, it jumped. Hold on, gang. I apologize. That was a huge jump. Amy, AJC Magic TV in the house. What's up, Aim? Good to see you, another member. John Casamano's here. Stacy Bailey is also here. Good to see you. There's Charlie and Stacy, the Disney Nerd Herders. Ben's here. 820 Chief. Chris Dye. Disney Darling or Christina, welcome into the Grim Grin and Gang, dear. Good to have you here. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for that. Kim Daniels, another member, is here. Michaela Radsky is here. Rebecca Virginia DIY, another member, is in the house. Yes, you have 7 months. What a great family to be a part of. Yes, it is, Christina, and we're glad you're a part of it, dear. Let me see. I love Mickey's Churros. Welcome. I love that name. That's a good one. Stephanie Danielle. Jeff Condon, my man, he's in the house. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you, my friend. Another member. Sheldon's mom, Nicole, another member, is here. Joey's World, Magic of the Mouse Radio. What's up, Bill? Good to see you, Joey, Keith, and Lisa. Welcome. Candy Mom, Cynthia, Candy Mom, our first member, is in the house. Good to see Cynthia. Nicole D. Disney, welcome in. I love Mickey's Churros. Can a mod please unhide my main YouTube account? I'm a member on there. I didn't even say anything. It was earlier this week. With us? I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Michelle the Quilter, welcome in. Teresa Holmes, another member, is here. Let's see. Joanne Puzzles, another member. Catherine Wilby. We're getting there, guys. Thanks for your patience. Kimberly Hazard. I just don't like to miss people if I can do it. Steve Stardio Studios and Matt Simbatu, both members as well. Welcome in. Darcy Hamburg. Paul Engel, another one of our members, is here. More sunshine, please. Jim is here. Just got done a really fun stream. All right. I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. We are going to get started here because we've got a boatload. Ryan McDowell, right guy in the house. That's a special meatball. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Good to have you here. All right. So let's get started. D23. Now, I might not see the chat as much because I got a lot to get into. So I would say hold questions for the end because we've got a lot to get over, to get to tonight. Let's see. How do I want to do this? How do I want to start this? We'll start right at the beginning. So let's get right into it. We're going to go right into it. So first we'll start with travel. We left on Thursday morning, bright and early, 6:30 flight from MCO. We had a layover in Denver to John Wayne Airport. Orange County in Anaheim. We did not fly into LAX. No. Both flights, very good. No problems for the most part. Turbulence, nothing like that. No issues with transfers of luggage. No issues with delays. We really got off to a really good start there. Shuttle, we used what I think was called the Carmel shuttle, if I'm not mistaken. They were right there. They called me. Hey, did you land? Yes, I landed. Okay, go here. My number's 515. We'll be waiting for you. They did. They got us right over to our hotel. It was great. Good start. Hotel, we stayed at the Anaheim Portofino. It's fine. It's not the Hilton, but it was fine. It was clean. It was very convenient. We'll get into that in a second. It was clean. It was nice. It was your regular room. They didn't have anywhere to do your laundry or anything like that. Didn't know the area, so we couldn't do anything there. But for convenience, it was absolutely a home run. It was literally 2 blocks from Disneyland and DCA, and it was exactly 2 blocks from the convention center. We were that close. We were like right in the middle. We walked every day to the convention center or to DCA, even late at night. It didn't matter. We walked right there. The hotel was clean. Amenities, we weren't in the room or the hotel long enough to see. I don't know if they had a pool. I don't know what they had. If they had it, we didn't see it. For the value of what we paid, I think it was fine. Would I want to upgrade a little bit? Probably. I would probably say I would. I would definitely want to do that. Did I miss anybody that came in? I apologize if I did. Noah, welcome in. Christine Hickman, another member, welcome in. Good to have you here as well. Yes, all questions in triplicate, please, via carrier pigeon at the end of the show, and then I will get them back to you via carrier pigeon when I'm done. But until then, that's how it's going to go down. No, I'm just kidding. But the hotel was great. We were really, really close. Now, walking to and from, it's a little bit of an obstacle. And the fact that there's some homeless people and things like that, but they were never a problem. But, you had guys talking to themselves, fighting with themselves, punching themselves in the face. They obviously needed help. But overall, it was sad to see, but it was interesting that Disneyland is located where it is, right off a main highway. It's just like right there. They do a lot of Uber, a lot of shuttle stuff, a lot of pickup and drop off. It's not anything like Walt Disney World. You do not feel like you're in a bubble at all. You just don't. You just feel like Disneyland is right on the doorstep of the highway right there, or the main road. And just as fast as you're in there, you're out of there. It's not anything like Walt Disney World in that respect. For what it's worth, I'll say that. Let's see what else. Anybody got anything they want to say? Now let's get into this a little bit. So D23, again, just a couple blocks down the road at the convention center. To start off, when you got your tickets to D23, I don't remember how much it cost. Leanne's in the chat. She might know off the top of her head, but it was per person. I think it was like $200 a person, $150 a person, just to go. Once you got that, you could do a three-way. You could do a 3-day pass. You could do a 1-day pass. I think it was $300 a person actually for a 3-day pass, which is what we did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You could also get a VIP pass, which was like $900, which guaranteed you access to at least the big panels, if not all of them. Wasn't paying that. Maybe I will in the future. We're getting there because, well, I won't give it away yet. I'll leave it at that. Texas Tanks, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Ed and Mindy, good to see you. Hope you're both doing well. Mindy. Ed and Heather. Sorry. I'm thinking of Victory Project. But the D23, that's how it works. So you get your tickets and there you are. You're in it. This is where it starts to get as a new person. Figs, welcome in. Please tell us. Yes, absolutely. FM Ever After, welcome in. Super Wayne, welcome in as well. Good to have you all here. Once we got our tickets, then we got a notification that we had to do a virtual queue. We had to make our picks of what we wanted to do the most, what panels we wanted the most each day. And I think you could pick up to 3 per day. Your first, second, and third choices, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm sure just like everybody else, most people put all the big ones as their first choice. You had Hall D23, you had this hall, you had that hall. So the first one on Friday, I put the Legends for Friday. I put the Marvel and Lucasfilm for Saturday, and I put the Parks for Sunday. That was my number ones for all 3 days. And then I picked my number 2s and my number 3s, and so on and so forth. Leanne did it. Melissa did it. It was a little confusing as a first-timer. Didn't know how it was supposed to go through, but we did it. On the 2nd of September, we got our results of what we got, okay, for our panels. I didn't get the Parks. I didn't get the Marvel and Lucasfilm. I did get Legends. Melissa didn't get any of the 3 big ones. Leanne, I don't think, got any of the big 3s. I don't think Karen Cook got any of the big 3. And again, if I'm wrong, they're more than welcome to tell me, but I'm pretty sure. A lot of people didn't even get any of the big 3, and some of them didn't even get some things every day. Melissa didn't get anything on Friday. She got something on Saturday and Sunday. I didn't like that process. I thought that process was kind of crappy. I think that if you everybody should have got one of the big 3. That's just my opinion. I'm a newbie. This is my first time doing it, but I thought that everybody should have gotten, if you put all 3 of the big ones, the Legends, the Marvel and Lucas, and the Parks, that was the 3 big ones in Hall D23. If you put all 3 of them as your number 1, you should have gotten at least 1. Now, there's some people maybe didn't care about that. Maybe they wanted other ones. Okay, they don't need to get them. But that was my thought process. I thought, hey, Big Matt, welcome in. Right. Melissa paid for 3 days, but only got 2 panels. I don't know that that's, we paid her for 3 days. She didn't get a panel on Friday. So that's for what it's worth. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So that's how it worked. And I think everybody should have gotten one of the big panels. If that was one of your 3, that's just me. We got 2 panels Friday, didn't go to either. See, FM Ever After, there you go. You said it right there. So that was already, we're frustrated right there. What did I get of the 3 panels? I got the Legends on Friday. I didn't get the others. Okay. The other issue that we have with all of this is the organization behind it. They said no queuing at all. You couldn't pre-queue. There was no first come, first serve at this thing. They said no queuing in line before 4:30 p.m., 4:30 a.m. the day of D23. So we're like, okay, no big deal. We got up at 4 o'clock. We were in line at 4:05, and we were halfway down the street. So the no queuing thing was kind of a farce because, okay, you couldn't queue on convention property, but right outside convention property, you could queue, and people took advantage of that. And they were queuing all night because we did it for the Marvel. We got in line bright and early. And then within 5 minutes of them allowing people in, the standby line, because they did have standby, even if you didn't get in, you could go to standby. The standby filled up, and they said, we're full. You can't get in. So all this time we got up, we waited in line, this, that, and the other, and we didn't get in. And I wasn't doing that on Sunday with the parks. So it was very frustrating. You also had to do a virtual queue for shopping. Shopping was a virtual queue. You couldn't just walk into a store. If you wanted to go to the D23 stuff or you wanted to get the Mickey's of Glendale, you had to virtual queue it. Dreamer Deborah, welcome in. Good to see you. Mandy, good to see you. You had to also virtual queue for that. What's up, Ray? Welcome in. Ray Aguiar is here. Hope you're doing well. You had to virtual queue for that, which at first I didn't know you had to do that. Wasn't really, and again, maybe I didn't read enough. So that was frustrating. Wendy B, welcome in. Good to see you. So the whole process, again, for beginners, I wasn't really happy with that. I didn't really understand it. It wasn't really a great guide on how to do it. The lines took forever because it was the old school security thing where they had to go in and check your bag. It wasn't like Disney World where you just walk through. That was really tough to swallow. I mean, the one day we got there, we were there for the Legends, panel, and I'm standing outside. And then I just happened to hear somebody, and I'm like, why are those people going in? He goes, well, if you have the Legends panel, you can go in now. I'm like, I didn't know that. I stood in line for like a half an hour when I could have already been inside. What's up, Al? Welcome in, buddy. Al V, welcome in. Also, welcome in to Trish. Let's go wait in line with Trish. We'll talk about her in a little bit. Yeah, by the time, Melissa's right. Eric in Florida, welcome in. By the time we got into the store we wanted to get into, all the good merch was gone. Because we didn't get into the Mickey's of Glendale and all them until Sunday. We just couldn't get in. And we tried on Saturday. We got up bright and early. We went right into the virtual queue. Didn't get it. It's gone. I felt like Rise of Resistance again. So it was frustrating in that respect. Welcome in, Samantha Lowe. So the shopping, the virtual queue there, the lines for the panels. Some panels you could get into later on, the ones that were less popular. We got into the talking with the Legends one later, just in standby, and we happened to get into that one. And other ones were able to get into other ones in standby. But the big main ones, you weren't getting in. Adventures by D, welcome in. So that was really, really hard to swallow for the amount of money that you paid. I mean, we paid I considered it a lot of money, but we're poor. Let me see what else I want to talk about. The main showroom floor, really nice. Had lots of stuff to see. Lots of interactive things you could do, lots of pictures you could take, this, that, and the other. I really liked the main showroom floor. You could buy things there. They had the little kiosks for people that had their individual stuff they were selling. I think WDW Radio, Lou Mangello was there and others. That was all a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the main showroom floor. I thought that was a blast. We went live the one night when we did that on the main showroom floor, and it was good. I did get a pin. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Woohoo, a pin. The main showroom floor was cool. I liked it. I did. I thought that part was really, really cool. Lots of different things to see. They had the Star Wars room. They had the Marvel room. They had the Disney Parks room. things like that. All that was good visually that you could see and you could take pictures with it. But that was kind of neat. I like that. The food inside the convention center was not very good. Everybody I talked to said the food inside was not good. Melissa and I went outside. They had food trucks lined on the outside, like 6 on each side. Much better food. And you could tell because the lines were a lot longer out there. But the quality of the food out there was much better. But it was not cheap. But it was good food. Let's see what else. The merchandise we got, I wasn't. And Amy was there. Leanne was there. Anyone else that was in the chat, please let me know. Hey, John Messina, welcome in, buddy. I would have to say the merchandise was okay. There wasn't anything that I was that, oh my God, I have to have. This is amazing. I saw some stuff. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Maybe I'll get that. Oh, that's a cool shirt. Maybe I'll get that. But nothing that was like, holy macaroni, I have to have it for merchandise. It wasn't for me. But then again, we're kind of mellow, laid back. We don't get overly excited about too much anyway. And again, guys, if I'm going too fast, please tell me to slow down. I will. Other than that, that's how that part of it was. The cosplay with the characters and the people, lots of really good costumes. Some of them were really, really good. This one guy dressed up as the Mandalorian. He was fantastic. He did such a good job. Wow. They bought 5 pins from the vendor, so I see locally every month. So $400 in pins. Good for you. That's a lot. Yeah, I wasn't seeing much I was dying to get. Me either, Cynthia. It just wasn't. I mean, it was good stuff, but it wasn't. Yeah, Melissa bought 1 shirt and gave it to her sister. I bought a couple. I got a new Muppet shirt because the one I had was a little tight. I got a new one. Leanne, unimpressed with merchandise. Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't great. But what do we know? We tried to go, but California was closed. Yeah, I mean, the issues are the same, Sir Euchre. It sounds like, for sure. The pins I got are now selling for $400. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they absolutely are. I have no doubt about that. But let's talk about the actual panels for a minute here because we got to really get into this. Like I said, this show is going to be extended tonight, guys, because we've got a ton to talk about. So we did get into some panels. We got into the Legends panel. Legends panel was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. Patrick Dempsey was there. All of the stars from Frozen were there. Kristen Bell, Indina Menzel, Josh Gad. There were some Chadwick Boseman's family was there. All the people that were inducted into the Legends. The speeches were great. A couple of them definitely had agendas because I was telling Melissa this. If you guys know me, I'm very aware of my surroundings. There's a teleprompter in the back. When everybody gave their speech, I would look. All but 2 people did not use the teleprompter. And the 2 that used the teleprompter, the speeches were, I don't want to get into it, but they seemed agenda-based. I'll leave it at that. So I thought that was very interesting. But other than that, the Legends was very, very good. Josh Gad was very funny. They were all great. Very sentimental with Patrick Dempsey talking about his family. Chadwick Boseman's brother came up. It was great. It was a really nice start to the weekend for what we got. And we were really far back, too. And we were, for people that had the pass to the panel, we were way in the back. I couldn't believe it. That was the other thing they didn't do really, really well, was getting us up into the panels, at least that first day. The first panel was supposed to start at 10:30. We were still downstairs at 10:30. And then when we got upstairs, they were trying to rush us in. And I'm like, what are you rushing me for? You're the ones that took forever to get us in here. I'm complaining a lot, guys. Here's my rant. I told you. So it wasn't a great experience starting, but once the panel started, it was a lot of fun. The other panel we did the Muppets panel, the 30-year anniversary of Muppet Christmas Carol. Fantastic. We loved it. It was probably the highlight of the weekend. It was great. Brian Henson was there. Paul Williams was there. The Muppets were there. Kermit, Miss Piggy, Gonzo was there. They were all there. They sang songs. They talked about the Muppets Christmas Carol. Jody Benson came out. Yes, the Jody Benson, and sung the Love Is Gone song. from the original Muppet Christmas Carol that was first, that song was taken out, and now they're putting it back in, which she came out and sang it live in front of all of us. That was amazing. Amy was in that one. It was, yeah, wasn't it, Amy? It was great, wasn't it? It was such an amazing panel. I loved it. We had we didn't even want to leave. We were hoping it was going to keep going. They were talking about how they made the movie and this, that, and the other, and it was wonderful. Chris Dye says, Josh Gad was great, telling the recruiting department Disney to add Disney Legend to his resume. He applied for the Jungle Cruise caption and did not get it. It's true. That was really, really funny. Yeah, he was funny. Yeah, Paul Williams was there. He was talking and talking and talking. He kept going. But no, that was the highlight for me, and I think for Melissa the weekend. It was a hopping good time too, Charlie. It really was. They were so much fun. And we just enjoyed it. Richard Scott, welcome in. Home sweet home. Glad you both had a magical time. We will get into that. No, we did. We did have a good time. And then on Sunday, we did the Dancing with the Stars panel. I had a good time with that too. I thought we had Melissa and I, we watched Dancing with the Stars back when it was pretty brand new and things like that. Not so much now. It's just kind of jumped the shark. But we enjoyed it. We had a good time with it. Derek Huff was there. Carrie Ann Nava was there. Bruno was there. They did a dance. Derek and his fiance did a dance for us, and they talked about the new season, this, that, and the other. And then afterwards, they came out, and I got my picture taken with Derek's fiance. We did a selfie, and then he was there, and they were all over the place. That was fun. We had a good time with that one. It wasn't the best, but it was a good time. Deborah says, me too, Walt. Used to watch Dancing with the Stars a lot, not so much now. Yeah, we don't. T. Marie Place. What's up, Tina? Welcome in. Yes, he did. That's right. He did. Smokey and the Bandit. Yep. He's definitely had a life for sure. Now, let's get into what we liked. Melissa had two panels. Unfortunately for Melissa, I really feel bad for her. She had two panels that she never got to go to. She had a panel for the Santa Clauses, the new show with Tim Allen. We were supposed to go to that panel, but we couldn't because it was at the same time that Oogie Boogie Bash was starting. And then she also had the Princess Sing-Along, or Princess, whatever the Princess one was, but we couldn't go to that one because it interfered. I can't remember what else it was, but it was something else as to why we couldn't go to those. The time was the problem. So really for Melissa, she only got two, and the two she got to, she couldn't even go to, and then she got nothing on Friday. So it was really kind of a real bummer. Excuse me. That burp was sponsored by D&G. It was really a bummer for Melissa. It was kind of almost like a waste. I don't want to say a waste because she got into other panels with me, but for what she wanted, it would have been money not well spent at all. It would have been a total bomb. But it is what it is. As for the big panels, I want to talk about the big panels because I think it's important that I give my opinion on these. And you guys in the chat, I want to hear from you too. So Saturday they had the Marvel and the Lucasfilm panels. And they brought up all this stuff that's coming for Marvel and Lucas. I was very unimpressed with the entire panel. I just was. I'm sorry. When it comes to D23, the Marvel thing they announced, a lot of what they announced we already knew. With just a little bit more information is what we got. We knew Ironheart was coming. We knew, let's just go down the list. Let's do Star Wars first. Okay, we got the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. Okay, but we knew it was coming. We got a trailer. Fair enough. Okay, that's fun. Okay. Andor, we knew Andor was coming. We got an official trailer. Again, these are things we knew. Tales of the Jedi, we got something on that. That's a Disney Plus animated show. Maybe that makes some people excited. It didn't me. We got the Bad Batch Season 2. Again, not something I'm worried about. Ahsoka, we didn't really get much on that. We just got a little bit more information on it. Nothing else really about that. We got Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew with I think I can't remember who's in it, but we got a little bit of information on that as well. Jude Law's in it. Nothing major on the Star Wars side of things. Lucasfilm, and we got a little bit on Indiana Jones. They showed a little bit of footage. Harrison Ford came out. Okay, that's cool, but it's nothing mind-blowing where it's like, oh my God, where we've gotten in the past. Hey, Chris Slemmer's here. Welcome in, Chris. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, and that's true too, Leanne. I mean, some of these panels may not have meant anything to it, but for some of us, it was the big weekend thing. It was what I was looking forward to. Now, on the Marvel side, we got Werewolf by Night was announced. I didn't even know what that was. I watched the trailer. It's not even a movie. It's a Disney Plus original. I don't know. I looked at it and I'm like, huh? Didn't even interest me. Maybe it'll interest some of you. It didn't me. We got a Secret Invasion teaser trailer with Samuel L. Jackson. Again, this is something we knew was coming. It wasn't anything new, but we got a trailer. Okay, I mean that's okay. It's not off the charts, but it's something. We got some Armor Wars casting news. We got Captain America casting confirmed. With Anthony Mackie and all that. That's great. No problem there. The Thunderbolts was announced and we got some cast on that. Loki season 2, a little bit of casting on that. Ironheart, a little bit of casting on that. Some Echo news on that. Daredevil Born Again, they showed us the logo, but that was it. And then the big one was what I thought was going to be big, they announced the Fantastic Four director. And I'm sorry, let me go back. And they gave us a little bit more Wakanda Forever footage, which is great. But other than that, that was it for Marvel and Lucas. And most of it was things we already knew were coming that we only got a little bit more of. I was shocked. Brian's West Coast Disney Adventures. Pamela Hoffman, welcome in. Marc Langenkamp, what's up, Marc? I realize I'm like jumping the gun, but the whole imagine this or that scenario seemed exceptionally insincere and lazy. In the end, Disney didn't explain. I'm going to get into that next, Marc. We're going to talk about that next. Kimberly Hazard, welcome in. Well, it was. I mean, that's kind of the thing. I was really expecting Fantastic Four cast to be announced for this. I really did. Maybe I don't know. I mean, everything they announced pretty much was Disney Plus stuff. All of it was Disney Plus stuff. They are really pushing Disney Plus. What about the movies? There wasn't really a lot in the movies that were pushed here, and nothing knocked me off my socks. When they announced Infinity War and Infinity Saga and Endgame and all that was like, oh my God, oh my God, it was amazing. It wasn't like that this time. And I don't know. It just was not, I wasn't happy with it. And you got by the way, we're not charging enough for Disney Plus. If you're out there and you were really impressed with the Marvel and Lucasfilm panel, let me know. And let me know why. Maybe I missed something. I really want to hear from you guys if you were. And this is not a trash Disney. That's not why I'm doing this. But I am going to be honest. I just am. I don't feel like they really gave us anything to be that excited about that's coming soon. This next phase of... and the Marvels. I'm sorry. And we got Brie Larson and the Marvels. We got a little bit on casting on that. And I think they might even give you a little bit of footage on that. I don't know if Disney of Ours are in here. I knew they were in here a little bit earlier. They actually were in that panel. So they might be able to shed a little bit more light. But everything I saw, nothing was like, oh my God, I can't wait for that. How am I ever going to sleep? I can't wait. That's just me. Type with one hand while holding my phone against my ear on hold. Thank you to those who welcome me in. Good. But again, that's just me. Now, all of us here are Disney fans, Disney park fans. Now we can talk about the parks. And I'm going to just hone in on Walt Disney World. Okay, because I know this is Disneyland, but I'm going to talk about Disney World for the most part. Disneyland got a little bit of news. The Pixar Pier area over there is going to become San Francisco. They're getting a new nighttime show, I think, like World of Color 1. Parade's coming back. They've got a few things that are happening with them, and we'll kind of go into that a little bit. I think they were the ones that really were there's some Disney 100 Years of Wonder announcements that were done. We'll go into that. They talked about, Mickey and Minnie are getting some new platinum outfits. Great. Some movie releases are coming out. Haunted Mansion, Wendy and Peter and Wendy, Little Mermaid live action. Okay. Again, that might make you excited, but for me, I'm talking about park stuff. I'm talking about practice. The exhibition touring that'll happen both domestically and internationally for Disney 100, a new logo, 2 nighttime spectaculars at Disneyland World of Color, 1 at Disney DCA, and a new fireworks show called Wondrous Journeys at Disneyland Park. Good, they're getting some stuff. The Return of Magic Happens Parade, a new nighttime spectacular at Epcot. We kind of knew about that. And a Walt statue at Hong Kong Disneyland. Now, I'll touch a little bit on the nighttime spectacular. I think anybody out there thought Harmonious was going to be a long-term answer? I didn't. This doesn't surprise me. I know, I think Steve loves it, and there are a few others that really love Harmonious. I think VP loves it. Most people are not a big fan of it. And I think Disney took notice. And that's why right away they're getting us a new show. But that's just me. I want to know what you guys think too. It doesn't surprise me that they are already replacing Harmonious at all. It doesn't surprise me. We are getting Happily Ever After back. That's good news. Again, not something that I'm overly, oh my God, this is fantastic, but we are getting it back. We're getting the Hatbox Ghost added to the Haunted Mansion. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy to hear that. Stephanie liked it. I'm glad. See, there you go. Lions Car, welcome in. Good to see you. Haven't seen it yet. Okay. Well, I'd like to know your opinion if you see it. Gonzo! My goodness. What is up, Gonzo? Good to see you, my friend. Everybody say hi to Gonzo. Keep hitting that like button, guys. Let's see if we can hit that 100 mark if we haven't already. 112 of you in here. But it doesn't surprise me that Harmonious is going to be replaced. But what I am worried about, or not worried about, but what I am questioning, and I want to know what you guys think in the chat, what's going to happen to the big barges? Is the new show going to be still based off these barges, or are they going away? And did they spend all this time and money on making these things just to now get rid of them? Right, exactly. That's right, Kim. That's why I brought it up. They did. I don't know if they are or not. There you go. Victor says, I like it, but I'm not married to it. I feel Disneyland's not getting their people mover back. You're right, Douglas. They didn't say anything about it. They didn't. I'm going to start my own nighttime parade and call it Not Quite Main Street Electrical Parade. It's true. Put in storage for the 60th anniversary. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But Harmonious is going away. We're going to get a new nighttime. Okay, great. Figment's coming. Great. Meet and greet. Okay. These are all really, really, really minor things. Tron, we didn't even get an opening date. We got an opening time frame. See you in spring of 2023. So this now means that Tron has taken almost 6 years to get finished. And Universal has done 2 new coasters in 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. Hagrid's and Velocicoaster, both up and running, and Disney is still working on Tron. 6 years. It was announced in 2017. And they're saying spring of 2023. And then the Moana thing that's coming and the whole world celebration area, end of 2023. So we've got to wait another full year before we even get all of that. So all the Epcot, the Walcott, is not going anywhere for another year. So that's not going anywhere. 2017 is when it was announced, and 2023 is when it's going to open. I bet the stuff they currently have for the Epcot show will still be used. It might. I don't know. I'm just bummed that I never got to meet any of the East Coasters that flew out to my neck of the woods. Well, Brian, you'll be down here. We'll see you. We weren't there that long, and there was so much going on. It's just not easy. Again, that's why I always say if you have the time, we'll meet you. If you don't have the time, we understand. We always say that to folks. I was announced about the spring. I was too, Amy. I was really surprised at that. Kids are now in first grade from when Tron was announced. It's true. It's true. It's true. Well, Matt, but that's the thing. And that's great. I'm glad that the Hatbox Ghost is coming, but that's not what we should be hanging our hats on. That should be a sidebar of That should be like an icing on the cake kind of thing. But that's just me. Pam, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they even got Guardians done before they got Tron done. I don't know. What do I know? Will says, well, Tron is a whole new coaster they had to design, except for the years. The other one proved the design was already solid and just needed replicating. Well, Tron was already done over in Shanghai, so they didn't. It wasn't a whole new coaster. It was a coaster that they already knew how to do it because they did it over there. Maybe I misunderstood you. Luke, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I need to make a round trip. Frank, yep, Institute. Tron just needs to do the pavement up to the ride. Then they're done. It should have been till, well, Lions Car, I agree with you, but I guess not. They must have a lot more to do because they're not opening until spring. Yeah, it's true. I agree. They should have. But then we get into, I think that was it for the most part in there. Happily Ever After, Tron, we knew about that. Hackbox Ghost, Tiana's Bayou. They got really into that. They did a whole couple numbers of Tiana up on stage. A lot of fluff, a lot of filler. But Tiana's Bayou, they kind of got into that a little bit more. They're really pushing that now. Again, the nighttime show at Epcot, the World Celebration completion date, the Statue of Walt, the Journey of Water into Moana, and that was it for Walt Disney World. But I want to get into the one thing that everybody was talking about the blue sky ideas. I don't know how to say this. What's up, Mike? Welcome in. It took them 5 years to build Guardians. It's taken them 5 years to build Tron. Guardians broke ground 2017. Tron broke ground 2018. Well, they announced it in 2017. Either way, Mike, they're taking way too long. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pull that one back at all. I can't. I don't know. I just think these coasters are taking forever. Won't be making any new investments in Florida in 2026, just like him postponing moving corporate people to Lake Nona. Oh, yeah. That's right. They were supposed to come. Tron could be opened earlier, but I believe their opening day is based on marketing or something strategic. It could be. Maybe it is. Because they did that. They did that with Remy. Remy was pretty much ready to go. And then they said, all right, we'll see you in October. We had to wait like 5 months. How do you feel about Animal Kingdom Dinosaur Land being replaced? Well, Trish, that's what we're going to get into next. Star Studios, welcome. Good to have you. It has been a while. Good to have you here. Dreamer Deborah, good to see you. I love the train too. Lala's here. What's up, Lala? Good to see you. Cosmic Rewind and Tron will be open within a year of each other. Guardians, I believe, took 5 years to construct. Similar construction time frame. Yeah, either way, I think 5 years for a coaster. I don't know. Again, that's why I want you guys here. I don't think it took that long for Velocicoaster. Maybe it does take that long. I don't know. But let's get into the blue sky stuff. So they talked about Encanto and Coco elements being added to Magic Kingdom, but still in early concepts. Beyond Big Thunder Mountain will include a villain area. Again, early concept phase. Dino Land, blue sky ideas, transformed elements of Zootopia and Moana, or maybe both. A whole lot of nothing, in my opinion. This is all very brand new. They were very non-specific about anything. They said these are just spitballing ideas. That's how I took it. I thought it was basically nothing. Now, because why do you need Moana in another park if you have it in Epcot? We don't need it twice. It didn't make sense. But if you're going to do villains, you're going to do Coco, you're going to do Encanto, you're going to do Moana. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 lands. Maybe a 5th park. Maybe that's them throwing that out there for future. But no matter what, any of this is years down the road. It takes them 5 years to do one coaster. How long do you think it'll take them to do a land? I mean, I'm going to be in my 60s when they're done, whatever it is they're possibly thinking of doing. Again, I'm glad for all the people that are positive about this. Maybe you can spin it to me to make me believe it. But any of this is in such early stages. We don't even have concepts yet, let alone breaking ground. Nothing is happening for years. And years and years. I'm going to be 52. Whatever they're thinking about with all of this, I'll be in my 60s. Bank it. I said it right now. Mike says, I believe the reason why they did the blue sky idea was because they were afraid to promise something and it not happening like previous years and not knowing exactly how Reedy Creek is going to end up. Well, Mike, don't promise things if you can't produce it. I mean, these guys are really good at this. When they announced Galaxy's Edge, they said, we're not building one, we're building two. And they knocked it out of the park. They built both. And they built them, and everybody loved them, and they're open. So they're usually, if they're making promises they can't keep, that's on them. You know, they should have all this stuff. They should be thinking ahead. That's what they do. They are Imagineers. They are the upper echelon of the business people that think forward-thinking people that should be thinking years in advance, just like Walt Disney did. When he bought all that land all those years ago, he knew what was coming. He had his game plan. They should have a game plan. The fact that is that Disney is now second best to Universal when it comes to planning and execution of anything. No longer the leaders. I think planning and execution, I'm with you to an extent, Charlie. I don't think that they're not the leaders. I still think they have the share of the marketplace, but I do think that Universal is gaining ground. It takes 5 years for one roller coaster to be built. Walt built all of Disneyland in 1 year and 1 day. Ray J, welcome in. Good to see you. I get it. Look, don't get me wrong. Technology is much more complex than things today. All that makes sense. I'm with you on all that. I really am. I got you. But this really worries me. I agree. I think it was a whole lot of nothing. I don't think anybody should be excited by this. I kind of took it personally. I took it as, insulting my intelligence. But that's just me. Disney can open Tron this year, but they don't want to. It's strategy. They stop all the new things they are going to do because of COVID. Yeah, but COVID, they're all the restrictions are going away. They don't even have the signs up. It's not even on their website anymore. When you go into the app, they used to have the COVID, snippet right there. That's gone. Oh, that's going away. Rome wasn't built in a day. No, it wasn't, Noah. But it also, we're not talking about Rome. And we're talking about much better technology. And we're talking about people that they're getting the top of the line construction people in here. And again, if they have it, they should have all this pre-planned way ahead of time of what they intend to do. The Dino Land's been sitting the way it's been sitting now since I've been down here. And I've been down here for almost 3 years. And Dinosaur's been the way it's been for, I'll just go from that point. There's 3 years now. That's been sitting and they've been doing nothing with it. So I'm with you. I don't want to talk bad about this, but I have to be honest. I just don't get the logic. Don't promise until you know it's a done deal. That is why they are reluctant now to commit to anything. This blue sky idea only, maybe that is the issue. Well, right, but I don't even understand. I don't know. I would rather them not say anything. I mean, I guess they want to kind of feed us a little bit of a bone, and that's fine. Right. I don't understand why you need it both places. Guys, all the money is going to Disney Plus. There's nothing this year for Disney parks in the U.S. Maybe next year they start investing again. Maybe. And that's the thing. In 2 years, we're going to have another one because they're kind of off the way they used to do it. Are they going to have another D23 next year? Or are they going to skip it and do it every 2 years again? Or are they going to try to get back on track from where they were? I'll be interested. But that's the overall D23. For a first timer, we were really disappointed in a lot of different things. I think the panels we got into, we enjoyed. Would I do it again? That's the big question. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? No, I don't think it was. Next one's 2024. Right, exactly. So, so maybe they'll blow us away in 2024. Maybe the next 2 years they'll start getting things together and we'll be, maybe I'll eat crow. But this one wasn't good. All right, a great idea from Panda. He said, let's turn Dinosaur into a race through Rodentia from Zootopia. Yeah, I agree. I think they could do that. Universal built a new water park and Epic Universe is on the way. Shake my head. Who do we blame? I agree. I mean, I don't know what to say. We could look up the dates and the time frames of when these things are built, but Universal is gaining ground. I don't know why we're dragging our feet on Disney's end. But again, I'm not the businessman. I don't know everything. I'm just going by what I see and what I think I understand. But overall, D23, I would still say you should try it one time, do the experience. There's a lot to the experience that is fun. If you get into some of these panels, I think the panels themselves are really, really good. I'm sure even though they were disappointed with the Marvel and Lucasfilm and parks, they were still fun to be a part of. I have no doubt about that. I just wasn't happy with the news I got from them, but I'm sure they were still fun in their own way. Would I do it again? Part of me wants to say yes, only because I'm afraid I went to this one and then the next one's going to be really, really good. And I'm going to be like, oh, I should have went back. So in that respect, I think I might want to do it again, but who knows? I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to talk to Melissa if she'll let me. See, we in the UK already had a huge rundown on what is coming on Disney Plus. We in the UK are very lucky, as with the new smart TVs, we get Disney Plus for free. That's great. Rod Priester, welcome. He says in 2025, Epic Universe opens. Universal can update studios and islands when that opens to prepare for the 2028 end of the Marvel Simpsons loss back to Disney. Disney didn't indicate any plan at D23. No, they didn't indicate any plan. I agree, 100%. I saw the crowds and my anxiety would not let me do it. Stacy, I get it. I totally get it. Tokyo Disneyland Sea, getting 4 massive new rides, a new land. Does the government there pay for everything? They might. Deborah, that might be part of it. Lampwick Lounge, welcome. The parks are making great money. I wonder if Disney is content for a while. Many of us are still giving our time and money. It could be, sure. Why spend when they don't need to? D24. I think he means D23. That was a practice run for us. Next time we'll know what to do. I hope so, Leanne. I think I'll know what to do. There you go, Amy. See, look, she's going to go. OLCC. I don't know what OLCC is. You have a golden oak frame. Do I? What's that? Oh, you mean that one? Right? You mean that? Yes. If that's is that the one you mean? Yes. Let's see. Let's just all go to Tokyo Disney. I want to go to Disney. Yeah, I do too. Well, let me say that. Last thing on D23, and then I want to get into some of the other stuff I want to talk about because I got a lot more. This might run 2 hours tonight, guys. So if you can't stay, I totally get it. Chapek did get booed. I was in there when he got booed. He got booed on the very first stage for the Legends. He came out. He handled it like a pro. He went right past it. And it wasn't a ton of boos. This place was not swarming with boos. It wasn't. I think that if everybody had done it at once, it might have multiplied, but it didn't. You heard the boos. You know he heard them, but he went right past it, to his credit. And it wasn't that long. And then that was it the rest of the weekend. I don't know if I'm excited more for Disney IP to take over Animal Kingdom. I really appreciate Joe Rohde's approach and vision for Animal Kingdom and keeping it minimal. Lala, I get it. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen over there. But whatever they do, I'm sorry, it's going to be better than what's there. Even the ride Dinosaur, as much as I like that ride, if I have to sacrifice it to get better, we'll get better. I'm okay with it. All right, guys, so there you go, D23. I do want to talk about Disneyland and DCA. Again, to get right into this, anybody that hasn't been out there, DCA and Disneyland, you got to go. You got to go. I'll just start right there. I agree with you. I'm fine with a Moana by Zootopia. Definitely does not belong there with the vision. There you go. See, a lot of people are saying that. It's for no really good reason. Well, I think it's rough because you're back in the time when there are no roads and you're in this rover and you're going over all this unpaved land. So it's kind of supposed to be rough. That's how I take it anyway, but that's just me. I think Chapek has done well. He has some bumps to flatten out, though. Well, he's done well profit-wise, yes. I'm sure the shareholders are really happy with him. They're making money hand over fist. Or at least make it more of a classic theme like Jungle Book or something, or Bambi. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how, but he got it. He definitely he was okay. All right, let me take a break here. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Because again, there's going to be a little bit, not so much of a rant, but some explaining to do when it comes to Disney World. Disneyland DCA. Again, the surrounding area is kind of run down a little bit. Like I said, you got homeless people on the streets. It's trashy. It's not the best area. It's not the worst area either, but I've seen better. And again, it's not like Disney World where you leave the regular world behind and you're in that Disney bubble and you know it the minute you hit it. It's not like that at Disneyland at all. Literally, you're on the main street, you make a left, there it is. And the minute you come out, there's all the normal world. If that's what you want to call it. So the area around it isn't the best, but it's okay. First impressions. Let's start right at the front gate. So they are still in the dinosaur time when it comes to security. It's the old way. They check your bags. They got the guys there. They open them up. They have to look in. They have to go through the bag. They don't have any of the electronic stuff like Walt Disney World has. So Walt Disney World is far better in the security stage when it comes to convenience and getting through quick. They don't do that. Everybody has to wait as each bag is individual. They only got one person at each thing doing it. And then you go through that. So their security isn't the best. It's not up to date. They need to get the new stuff in there. But that's just me. But see, I love the Disney bubble. Yeah, the Disney bubble at Walt Disney. It's a big part. It's true. It's not like that in Disneyland. There is no bubble. We had one bag checker out of the parking garage. Felt bad for him. Yeah, it's just the truth. I mean, I don't know why they don't incorporate. I mean, I understand they have limited space. And that's the other thing, too. Everybody is coming. Everybody that's going to either one of the parks all have to funnel into the same area. So you have all these people going to these 6 or 7 bag checkers, and there's one bag checker per spot. You got to wait and wait. Now, they're a pretty good job of getting it moved pretty quickly, though. I wasn't out there for a really long time. At least it didn't feel like it. It's a lot slower than what we get in Walt Disney World. We're much better there than them. So first impressions of security, they could work on that. Once you get in, though, once you're past security, you walk down this like main little area. Right there to the left is DCA, and right there to the right is Disneyland. They're that close. I could be at Disneyland's gate and throw a baseball and hit Disneyland. I mean, hit DCA. Now, I got a pretty good arm. It would be a chuck, don't get me wrong, but I could do it. And even if I couldn't get it, I'd get it on one hop. It's that close. It's probably 100 yards, maybe, if that. I don't even think it's 100 yards, but it's really close. It's so convenient. It's unbelievable. That's how close they are. And I absolutely loved it. Now, the one bad thing about that is, though, if DCA closes early, all the people that were at DCA come over to Disneyland. We found that out on Sunday. We left for a little while, went back, took a nap, rested up, came back to Disneyland in the evening, and DCA had an Oogie Boogie Bash, so they closed at 6. The line to get into Disneyland was almost all the way over to DCA because everybody that was in DCA that wasn't staying for the party, they just walked 50 feet and they could be in Disneyland. See, it's a lot more convenient to go from one park to the other. So that was kind of a con for us because we were like, holy cow, where are all these people coming from? And I said to Melissa, they're coming from DCA because the park closes in 20 minutes. Rod said, I do think when Disney World starts a virtual reality Disney experience, not only will they charge extra on Disney Plus, but they will ban all other streamers to eliminate competition. I'm going to go over that in a little bit with you, Rod. We're going to talk about that tonight. Has the advantage of the long approach for security. They're watching you with cameras in such a long time before you reach security. Yeah, well, and that's fine. And I get that, Sir Euchre, but it's got to be a way they can make security a little bit better. That's true. Alex Downs, welcome. Alex, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Good to see you. First impressions of the parks. Disneyland. We'll start there. Well, let me do DCA. I think I can get DCA out of the way pretty quick. DCA is a lot of fun. They got the Radiator Springs area. They've got Pixar Pier. They've got the Avengers Campus, which I'll get into a little bit more. I really like DCA a lot. We had a pretty good time there. We didn't ride a ton of rides. We never got to ride Radiator Springs. It was down. It just was down, and we couldn't ride that. But they have some fun rides over there. And Credit Coaster, I'm not going to do. The Fun Wheel, I'm not going to do. But other than that, we had a really good time at DCA. I'm going to get into Avengers Campus a little bit more. I thought that was the best part of it for me. I know a lot of people like Radiator Springs. I loved Avengers Campus. The Web Slingers ride was cool. Once they actually get the Quinjet ride up, it's going to make that area even better. The characters are walking around all over the place. They got a Doctor Strange show, which I did film, and I'm going to be releasing it to you guys. All the characters were out. I'm telling you, I mean, they were all there. You name, we saw everybody. We saw Spider-Man, Black Widow, Thor, Cap, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, the Wasp, Loki, America Chavez was there. I'm missing people. I know I am. They were all over the place. I couldn't believe it. This was like, it was amazing. Just walking right. I'm standing there, and there goes Ant-Man. He walked right by me. It was awesome. I couldn't believe it. And just everything about Avengers was awesome. I really, really loved it. I thought it was amazing. See what everybody says in the chat. Mark says, Walt and Melissa, sure missed you both. Decided to excuse your absence, but I'm glad you're home. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm sorry if I'm missing some comments, guys. I'm trying to get through all this. Walt, from the gate to gate in Disneyland is 300 feet or 100 yards across the Esplanade. Okay. Yeah, it's so close. I mean, well, I probably couldn't throw it 100 yards then. So I'd probably have to hit a couple bounces. But yeah, DCA was hopping for sure. I hope I'm not talking too much, guys, but I want to make sure I go over everything. Your streams that the characters are roaming around Disneyland over meet and greets. Yeah. All over the place. Yes, Lightning Lane did work great. That's the other thing, too. I did Lightning Lane at Disneyland the one day. We got on like 8 rides, like right away. We got Haunted Mansion Holiday, which I thought, oh my God, that Lightning Lane's going to be 6 o'clock at night. It was like at 8:10 a.m. Well, park opened at 8. I got a Lightning Lane for 8:10. We walked right in, and then we got right off, and we got the next Lightning Lane, and the next one, and the next one. We did everything we wanted to do for Lightning Lanes. The only ones we didn't do were either A, it wasn't available, and what I mean by available is they didn't have a Lightning Lane. Not that it was full, they just didn't have it, or we just didn't want to do it. We tried to go back. They wouldn't let you do more. You can only do it once, though. We were going to do Haunted Mansion again, but you can only do it once. Amy says, good point. One advantage staying on the resort was going through the Grand Californian Resort and went right into DCA or through security to downtown Disney. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. DCA, you literally walk right out the door and you're in the park. Awesome. Can't beat it. If you're staying on property. All right, so parks. Let's talk about size of the parks. Everybody talks about the parks. Disneyland is small. I didn't see it that way. I saw it as convenient. Literally everything was like, if I looked to my right, it was like right there. Everything I needed was right there. If I looked this way, it was right there. I didn't have to walk a long way to get to Big Thunder or a heck of a long way to get to Pirates. They were like right there. I found it. I used the word convenient. I guess you can use small. For me, I used the word convenient. I thought everything was very convenient. It was right there for me to get to it. Yeah, he tries very hard to read all comments, and his contract says he's got to read mine first. So sorry, not sorry. Very funny. Why does Lightning Lane work so much better there? I don't know. I can't answer that question. Maybe people don't use it. It just did for me. Now, again, I'm not using it when I'm streaming because I'm only in the stream for 3 hours. And what am I going to get in 3 hours? But in the 3 hours that I was in Disneyland, I must have did 6 rides. Melissa's in the chat, so I'll tell you. It just works. I can't answer that. I don't know. So glad you guys generally had a great time, but so happy you're back home. Thank you. We appreciate that. We don't have a car right now, but hey, whatever. With Lightning Lane, we could hit all the rides. It was true. It was absolutely true, Leanne. We did Pirates. We did Haunted Mansion. We did Big Thunder. We did Space Mountain. We did everything. I mean, we did everything in no time flat. It was unbelievable. Steve says, I also look at Disneyland as Walt Disney's park. You walk in the same steps as Disney. Yeah, the nostalgia part of it was through the roof. Couldn't believe it. First thing I did when I walked in to Disneyland, I went right to the left, and I looked right up at Walt's apartment and at the lamp in the window. It's the first thing I did. Made sure I didn't miss it. Had to remind Melissa. But I did. I went right over there, took my picture, looked right at it, and I said thank you. So didn't miss that opportunity for sure. But that was great. Love the size of the parks. I don't want them to be gigantic. They're fine the way they are, and I understand why they are. The lands, they have New Orleans Square, they have Pixar Pier, they have Critter Country. They have different things than us. The New Orleans Square area, loved it. Melissa's probably favorite area was New Orleans Square. She loved to be in over there. We had a grand time with that. The character interaction, unbelievable in this park. Unbelievable. Well, first, we're walking right down Main Street the first day. There goes Miguel from Coco. There he goes. He walked right by us. Hi. Walks right by me. Coming into the park. There's Goofy dressed as a haunted tree. Walks right up to me. Made a comment to him. Laughed. Said something. It was on stream. You guys probably saw it on stream. Just walking right by you. There goes Alice. We're in there eating our dinner. There goes Alice walking right by. It was unbelievable. They're all over the place out there. They're all over the place out there. It was amazing. See characters all the time. And they're really good, too. On Main Street, they have Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goofy. They're all out all over the place. Geez, we're leaving the park. We're leaving the park. You know how you go under the train to leave the park at Disney's Magic Kingdom and Disneyland? So as we're going under the train to the park, leaving the park, right off to the right, there's Belle. She's just standing there talking to people. We got in line. We got our picture taken with her. We talked to her for a few minutes. She's literally just standing right there underneath the trains, talking to people. It was unbelievable how great it was. I can't even explain it. It was just so awesome. Yeah, I think we used all 13, Mike. We everything we wanted to do, we got to use. But other than that, it was really neat. Walking around into a more quaint Disneyland. Was it any sort of disappointment or shock, or was it all cool? I can't answer that for you, Charlie. For me, I was not shocked at anything. I was surprisingly happy at everything. I never felt like it was small. I just felt it was convenient. I was like, cool, it's right there. Cool, it's right there. Cool, it's right there. That's how I took it. I've had so many people say, nah, it's so small. Oh my gosh, you're going to see it right away. Even the castle, it was small, but it was cool. They had a walkthrough. They told the story of Sleeping Beauty as a walkthrough inside of it. It was really, really neat. I don't know. I was not disappointed at all in this park. The atmosphere, fantastic in that park. People are nicer. Don't get me wrong. You still have your people that blow past you and stuff like that. But it was a little bit nicer, a little bit more laid back. I didn't feel the anxiety level wasn't that bad. I mean, even Tuesday night, the last night we were there, it's a Tuesday night, mind you. The park was packed. But I didn't really have high anxiety like I do at Disney World's Magic Kingdom a lot of the times. But it was busy. It just it was, the whole experience was amazing. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's part of it, Mike. I agree. Thunderbums, my goodness, haven't seen you in a while. Called it the Squished Castle. That's a good name. Disneyland was also, it has a completely different vibe than Walt Disney World. Yeah, much more laid back. Absolutely, much more laid back. But we rode, we can get into the rides. Let's talk about the rides. The characters, like I said, the characters are out all the time. The vehicles, the Main Street vehicles, you know how they're only out at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom first thing in the morning for a few minutes and then they go away? They're out all day up there. All day long out there. They take you up and down. I think they go in at dusk. All day long. They're out taking people up and down Main Street. It's amazing. It was awesome. I loved it. It was incredible. I just loved it. We did great moments with Mr. Lincoln. That was awesome as well. Let's talk rides for a minute. I'm going to do some comparisons of rides we have compared to the rides they have, and I'll tell you if they're better, worse, or the same. And I want to hear from you guys, too, that have done them, okay? Because this is going to be important. Yeah, it does need air conditioning, Lee, and I will say that. When we got up there, it was a little smelly. It was a little It was hot. It was hot. I'll say that. So they have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. We have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Theirs is 10 times better. It just is. It's much smoother. It's so much more fun. They have different types of turns. The last incline you go up, it looks like it's going to explode on you. It's amazing. It's a great effect that they do. That's first. They have Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. It's different, but it's not better in any way. It's just different. The Walt Disney World Railroad, even with our railroad running, theirs is better. And you'll see it. I have a video of it. I don't even want to give it away. They just have more effects on theirs. Theirs goes left. Their train goes a little bit left. They go over the rivers of America. It's such a pretty one. I love their train. We did it twice. I think we wanted to do it even more than that. Their railroad is better. Sorry, it just is. Their Haunted Mansion. Now, I only got to see Haunted Mansion Holiday. Now, as Haunted Mansion Holiday, theirs is better. Their actual stretching room, you go down. It's not the room stretches and you stand still like us. You actually go down. It's an elevator that takes you down. So that was kind of neat too. Their Haunted Mansion Holiday is much better than our normal Haunted Mansion. But I can't compare their normal mansion to ours because we didn't see it. Is space better? We're going to get to that. Horizons, welcome in. Good to have you here. Yes, that's exactly right. They have the Grand Canyon and the diorama of the dinosaurs. I agree. And that's why, Matt. It's much better. Let's talk about Small World. Their Small World is better. You start outside, you go inside. You've got characters in there that are cool to find. It's better. Ours is good. Theirs is better. Jungle Cruise, about the same. They're different in some ways, but they're about the same. I didn't say theirs is better. It's about the same to me. Their Little Mermaid, our Little Mermaid, the same, almost to a T. No difference there. Their Pooh Ride, our Pooh Ride, theirs is slightly better, guys. Just a little bit better. It's real. I might even be the same. I might not even say that it's better. But it's different. Their Pirates, head and shoulders better than theirs. Not even close. It's so much longer. You got 2 drops. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe their Pirates, how good their Pirates ride was. I was like, I want this one now. It was awesome. I loved it. It's fantastic. Their Space Mountain, better than ours. Sorry, just is. It's faster. Leanne rode it with me. Leanne and I and Karen Cook rode it. Melissa wouldn't do it. It's smoother. It's faster. And you can ride side by side. It's not like in Disney World where it's 1-1-1. It's 2-2-2 here. It was awesome. We loved it. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. Loved their Space Mountain. They do have Tropical Hideaway. We didn't go, Rod. I wish we did. Yeah, the outside boats. Yeah, it's true. And their Pirates goes right around the Blue Bayou. You can see it. I don't know. It's just really cool. The guy who doesn't like to be dropped likes it better because it has 2 drops. Different, but it's a different. It's not a straight drop. It's a like I can do Splash Mountain. It's not the same thing, and it's not a high drop. I'm not being dropped like I am in Tower of Terror, so it's not the same. Their Pirates is actually fun. It is, Matt. But their scenes too in their Pirates are really cool scenes. It doesn't have the old redhead. It's got the new redhead. They changed theirs too. Yeah, their Space Mountain is pretty amazing, isn't it, Amy? I know, Deborah, I feel bad, but it's the truth. So that's their rides that they have and we have. Now, they also have out there different rides. They have the Alice in Wonderland ride. Loved it. They incorporate practical effects as well as video in it. Their Alice in Wonderland was so much fun. They have Mr. Toad, which is great. The storybook canals are amazing. Autopia, their speedway is much better than ours. Casey Jr. Train was fun. The Nemo subway voyage, which I did video, I'll be putting that out over the next 10 days, was fun. Their Monsters, Inc. dark ride was a ton of fun. Snow White Scary Adventures was there. We got to ride that again. Pinocchio's Daring Journey was awesome. Inside Out Whirlwind was kind of like this kind of thing. Melissa got sick on it. That was fun. Luigi, Mater, the Sleeping Beauty walkthrough. Web Slingers over at DCA was fun. Get to shoot the webs. That was neat. The one thing I will say is the Indiana Jones ride. I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. Melissa didn't like it at all. She still liked Dinosaur better. I thought it was okay. I didn't dislike it. I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it was fantastic. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh my God, it's such a great ride." We were not as nope. Matterhorn was closed. We couldn't ride it. Yep, we wanted to come to Tokyo, see the original redhead scene in Page. I know. I wish we could. Well, believe it or not, our Space Mountain is faster by 4 miles an hour, 28 to 32. Is it? It doesn't seem faster. I guess maybe the turns must be tighter, Mike, because when we would hit the turn, like I told Leanne on this, I said I felt like I was going to fall out because the turns really whipped you. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe at top speed we weren't, but it seemed quicker. The turns were much more sharp, and it was much smoother. But that's just, you know, that was what I got. And their queue, yeah, the queue for some of these are really cool too. The Space Mountain queue is amazing. It really is. Yeah, I didn't do Animation Academy. I wish I did. I wish we had done more there. I will say that. So, all right, that's it there. I think that's everything on that. Yes, but DCA, Disneyland, they were a lot of fun. Love the Avengers. Disneyland as a whole, man, they do it right. Their food, too. Their quick service food, really, really good. The churros were better out there. All the food we ate out there for quick service was really, really good. We did one table service. We did a breakfast at Storytellers Cafe. I have a review on that. That's another video coming out. I'm not going to talk about it, but we'll go over that. Their quick service is really better than ours. Much better. Much better. Sorry. Satuli Canteen saves us in a lot of ways, and we have some good quick service. Theirs is better. If anybody ate out there, you'll know it. It's really, really good. Many, many more turns in Disneyland Space Mountain. Where's Matt? Yes, exactly. I think that's what it is, Matt, because you're right. Because Magic Kingdom, I mean, when I rode Space Mountain at Disneyland, we never had a drop. And if we did, it was little. Lots of turns on the Disneylands. You're right. Whereas Magic Kingdom has drops. I agree with you. Maybe that's what it was. But it's also a lot smoother. Yeah, and well, they need to do that for ours, Mike. I think they should shut it down and rebuild the track then because it needs to be smoother. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Californians be some fancy picky. Maybe, I don't know, but I thought the people said the food's better out there, and I have to agree. That's just me. So there you go. Disneyland DCA, highly recommend you guys go. You have to go. For first timers, we fell in love with it. Really, really did. It was great. I think and if the parks weren't so crowded, I probably would have been even more in love with that park. It was so much fun. It really was laid back. It was just a different vibe altogether. And we had a blast. Everything from great moments with Mr. Lincoln to going into the stores. They even still had a magician shop. Do you guys remember when Magic Kingdom used to have on Main Street a magician shop? I know I didn't dream this. Do you guys remember that when they used to have an old magician shop on Magic Kingdom on Main Street? They still have one at Disneyland. The guy's in there, he'll do the tricks and everything. It was amazing. See, Wendy likes the roughness of our Space Mountain. The rickety feel and sound adds to the experience. Yeah, that's great. Wendy, that's just it. That's why I like having these conversations because that's what I like to hear. So your agree is correct. What did he say? Oh yeah, about picky eaters for sure. Yeah, the beignets were great. Melissa got a mint julep. She liked it. Beignets were good. The churros were good. Yep. Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Grace, welcome in. Did you try Pim's Testing Kitchen? We didn't. We should have. We ate. I forgot where we ate, but we went into. We ate at Flo's instead over in Radiator Springs, and that was good. We had a good meal, but we will next time for sure. And it's really close to John Wayne Airport, so you don't waste time traveling. Yes, and that's why we flew into John Wayne Airport. Let's see. Fire Clip says, I ride Indiana Jones one day before D23 Expo. The part of the bridge was not working, and some effects. It was like that all day. That's too bad. I mean, I wanted downtown Disney. Sad it closed. Yeah. You do remember the magic shop? Yeah, they have one out there. It was amazing. Magic, but Bill says that was my first stop when I was a kid into the magic store. Right? I'm telling you, it was. I thought it was great. All right, so the last thing I'm going to talk about. Wow, we're really going to run up, maybe possible to 2 hours here. Is the Oogie Boogie Bash, and again, we're going to do some compare and contrast Oogie Boogie compared to Mickey's Not So Scary. Now, a lot of you, this may be redundant because if you watched our live stream, we live streamed Oogie Boogie Bash. I got to get some sugar in me, some caffeine so I can keep going. Oh, excuse me. Another burp sponsored by D&G Explorers. My apologies. Let's start at the beginning. Party atmosphere. Awesome. Exciting. You could just feel the atmosphere. As the people, it was very hectic early on because the one thing they don't do well here that Disney World does well, party starts at 7 at Disney World in Magic Kingdom. They close the park at 6. They give you an hour to get the people out. Party starts at DCA at 6. Park closes at 6. I don't like that. So all the people are still in the park when the party starts. And it takes them forever to get out. And those that are leaving right at 6 o'clock, as we're all coming in, it's very congested in the beginning of that park. And I did not like that. That I didn't like at all. So I don't like the fact that they start the party right when the park closes. All right, let's look into that. Food offerings. Didn't really do a lot of food. Carl, God bless you, Carl. I know he's probably not watching right now, but he hooked Melissa and I up with some food while we were there. Got us a couple hot dogs and some fries and stuff and some waters. He was very generous. But party food, there was party food. Unfortunately, guys, I can't give you a big explanation on that or review because we didn't really do it. There were a few things they had for food, but we didn't really take part in that. So I can't give a main review on that. Maybe if Leanne's in there, maybe she can give you some ideas on food offerings. The party ran from 6 to 11, not 7 to 12. They went 6 to 11. Let's talk a little bit about the treat trails. Our treat trails in Walt Disney World are just that. You just get in line, you go up. It's one, maybe 2 stops, one in the beginning, one at the end, then you're done. Their treat trails are also, for I think pretty much all of them, are also where you meet the characters. So as you're in line for your treats, you'll get right in line. You'll have one stop. 20 feet, you'll have another stop. Then there's the character. 20 feet, you'll have another stop. 20 feet, you'll have another stop, and then you exit. There's like 3 or 4 stops for treats, and you get to see a character while you're in line for the treats, and they move them very, very quickly. Now, if you want a meet and greet, the classic meet and greet, where you stop, you get an autograph, you get a picture, then you're not going to like the majority of these because they're not that type of meet and greet. It's those you pass by, you can say hi to them, you can kind of talk to them, take a picture, maybe a selfie, maybe a little bit of video, but it's not a normal meet and greet for most of them. They do have some that are like that, but very few. That's how all of their treat trails are. All of them have characters. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing, and it works so well. Why don't we do this at Disney World? I don't get it, man. Guys, they must have had 15 different trails. I don't know how many they had, but they had a lot. And on each one of them, there's a character waiting for you. Hello? It's not that hard. We've got plenty of room at Walt Disney World. Magic Kingdom is huge. They've all got little nooks and crannies. They could do this if they really wanted to. The treat trails are the best, Melissa. I agree. There's our superior. Absolutely they are. John, the slot machine room was cool design. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Look, there's ways they could do it. Look, where they had Cruella, one of the spots for a treat trail was like, switchbacks. There's Cruella, the Cruella from the movie, like Emma Stone, up there on the stage. and you go buy her, you get your treats, and off you go. Well, we went back during the daytime before the party, and all of that was gone. So they literally take it all down and they put it all up overnight. They work to make their party good. I'm sorry, they just do. So the same area that had all of her effects and everything up were gone the next day when we went into that park during the day. And then they're back for the next party. It is what it is. There's so many different areas where where you could get characters, and all of them were treat trails. It was absolutely efficient. It was fast. It was smart. It was killing two birds with one stone. I have this memory that DCA was an easy park to maneuver through, easy to get from one end of the park to the other or back. Not for us, Mark. We've got lost a lot, but we're done. So what do we know? Nathan Rita, welcome in. Good to have you here. Villains Grove, right, was another area, which is pretty amazing. There you go. I mean, Ray J. Flynn riding the carousel. They do that kind of stuff out there. It was just amazing. I saw, who was it? Was it? Oh, it was Goofy or Pluto. Somebody was in one of the places eating, and Goofy sat down with them while they were eating and was kind of just interacting. It was amazing. It was unbelievable. I was like, that's incredible. I'm getting off track. Characters. They had Cruella de Vil. They had Madame Mim. They had Sid Phillips. They had the Sanderson sisters as Daisy, Minnie, and Clarabelle. They had Agatha Harkness. They had Ernesto de la Cruz, which was amazing. They had Zombie Cap, which was unbelievable. Dr. Facilier, Merlin, Ping, which is, of course, Mulan when she's disguised as a guy named Ping. Hercules, the Blue Fairy, Scarlet Witch, Oogie Boogie, Vampire Mater, Pirate Cruz Ramirez, Kingdom Hearts Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. Bruno was there. Mother Gothel was there. One of the other nights they had Hades and Megara was there. So many characters, and I'm sure I didn't even get them all in there, that you could meet. It was amazing. And at Walt Disney World's Mickey's Not So Scary, you might get 5 characters. Right? You get Jafar's there, Chip and Dale maybe. I don't even know. I just named off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, at least 23 characters. At least 23 characters that you could see during your night. And so that could be the case. I'm sorry. They have so many characters. You could do it at Walt Disney World. I don't know why they don't take this formula and incorporate it at Walt Disney World. It's a different party, but there are elements that can be the same. And it's still different. Just because you use the treat trails as your meet and greets doesn't mean that your party's the same. It's still different. Have different characters. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. No, I didn't see Oswald, Sir Euchre. You're right. He wasn't there. But I don't know. That was such a huge thing for me to see all those characters throughout the park. They were everywhere. Scarlet, like I said, Scarlet Witch. She was there too. Zombie Cat was probably, him and Ernesto de la Cruz were probably our absolute favorites of the entire night. I saw Zombie Cat. Melissa didn't. He was amazing. I just thought he was absolutely incredible. Anyway, guys, Disney World has a lot of explaining to do when the smaller park out west does it better by a lot. Now, let's get into the parade for a second, and then we'll get over the overall part of this. The Frightfully Fun Parade. This is where we kind of beat them. Our parade, the Mickey's Not So Scary, the parade we have is better. But only because it's longer. Their parade is short, but it's quality over quantity. Because when I look at our parade, there are elements of our parade that I'm like, we don't need that. Like the Buzz Lightyear part, the Incredibles part, the rooster part with the barn and we don't need that. We don't have to have that in there. It makes the parade longer, which is cool, but I don't know that that's necessarily something we have to have. Theirs is smaller for sure. It's pretty quick. Just as fast as it starts, it's over. But it's really, really good. Their dancers, I filmed that too. Wait till you see the interaction with me and some of the characters on this. They come right into the camera. It's really neat. But I'd say our parade is a little bit better. I like our song better. Boo to you, and it's good to be bad. I think our song is better. And I think our parade is better because it's longer. But they incorporate different elements of their parade. And their parade is a little bit different. The first parade, Ursula was in it from Little Mermaid as a villain. And she had the signature in her hand, the contract. But in the second parade, she wasn't in it. So I don't know why, but she wasn't. But I would say that their parade is not quite as good as ours because it's not as long. No, zombie cap. They might have zombie cats. I don't know. Oh, jeez. Almost fell out of my chair. Anyway, there you go. That's it. You can have Mike and Sully at the Tree Trail, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I mean, we had fun at our, but you can add characters to every tree. Exactly, Victor. It's still, ours is fun. Don't get me wrong, but theirs is amazingly fun. That's just that simple. So glad you had a great time. Disneyland is more interactive and has better queues. Looking forward to your Saturday morning live stream this week. Tell Melissa, go Bills. I certainly will. And yes, they're playing very well. What does the chicken have to do with Halloween? I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be a fall thing. I don't know. What do I know? Hey, this Life of Ours, welcome in. Again, June and Rachel were there for all of it too. I don't know what their opinion is, but I think they do a lot better out there. I really do. I think their overall Mickey's Not So Scary compared to Oogie Boogie. I think their Oogie Boogie is a lot better. Every year I would choose that over ours. Many more characters, much more efficient. Atmosphere is better. It was 5 hours and I felt like I got my money's worth. I wasn't rushing around the entire night, missing out on things because lines were 1,000 miles long. Lines moved quick. Now they didn't have a fireworks show and they didn't really have a stage show. Maybe that saves time. But I guess if that's important to you, maybe you won't like the Oogie Boogie Bash. I thought their party was a lot better than theirs. I think we could improve ours. I told you, and I know you knew it, Disneyland would be better when we saw each other in Epcot. We had such an amazing time. Yeah, it is. It's better. It is better in a lot of ways, for sure. Everybody say hi to June and Rachel. This Life of Ours are in the house. It's true, right? The Oogie Boogie Bash, I was in awe of how much fun I was having. I was like, this is amazing. Every time I turned around, there was a new character walking by. I was like, what is going on? And finding a place for the parade, no problem. I didn't feel like it was overcrowded. I didn't feel like it was overcrowded. Whereas with ours, I feel like this is a normal park day. I thought these were supposed to be exclusive parties. Nope. It didn't feel that way at the Oogie Boogie Bash. But anyway, that's it. That's what I have to say. Well, Disneyland knows how to do D23. Take advice from them. I know they do. They've been there many times. But Rachel's saying hi to everybody. But there you go, guys. D23, Disneyland, DCA. Disneyland, DCA definitely will do it again. Absolutely will. We're gonna do it. Well, there's no doubt about it. I can't wait to even go back. I can't. I actually want to go back now for Christmas. I can only imagine. I'll probably fall in love with the place at Christmas time. You know how I feel about Christmas. I can't wait. Yeah, there are people moving. Maybe one day it'll come back. I haven't been to Disneyland since DCA opened, but I still like Walt Disney World better. Yeah, I mean, I like. There's different elements about it that I like better, a lot better. And there's elements about ours I like better. We are going to the 24 D23. Yeah, I think, I don't know yet. You know what, Rachel? I don't know. I wasn't happy with this D23. Maybe part of it is because I'm a novice and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But we will see. But there you go, guys. D23, not the best time, but not the worst time. Disneyland, DCA, they were the best time. And the Oogie Boogie Bash was amazing. I want to thank all of you who watched our videos while we were out there, our live streams. We definitely appreciate it. Again, I know everybody on the East Coast and over the pond, it was late for you guys, but I definitely appreciate all of you coming in. It meant a lot to us. I'm sorry we were away. I don't want to get into the wedding too much because my son wants me to keep his life out of this, and I get it. But I'm very proud of my son. I was very happy. His wedding was absolutely beautiful. Andy looked beautiful. Melissa looked beautiful. Walter and Mason looked handsome. My dad was there. My sisters were there. Melissa's family was there, except her mom. Her mom got COVID the day before she was supposed to take the flight, so her mother missed the wedding. But the wedding was amazing. We're so blessed in so many different ways, and we thank the Lord every day for that. And it's just, what can I say? I mean, we're blessed. We're blessed to have all of you in our lives, to have the friends we have, the support we have from everyone. We should all be here to support each other, not breaking each other down. And just stay positive, everybody. I hope you guys, we try our best to do that, and we hope that you guys enjoy these streams. I don't mean to be, I'm not being negative. I'm just being truthful with things. My whole thing is to try to make Disney perfect again. And, by doing these types of things, that's how I feel. Oh, I got to go over this one thing. Somebody talked earlier about, it's a big topic. I can't leave it unsaid. Talked about live streaming and vlogs and how they might ban it in the parks. They did it over in Tokyo. That's a government thing. Here's my take on it. If Disney decides to ban live streams and vlogging, so be it. I love doing it, but I have a 40-hour-a-week job. That's where, we do this because we love to do it. You guys are the ones that are really going to suffer the most. Those who can't get to the parks, who live vicariously through us, Diz Life of Ours, June and Rachel, the Disney Nerd Herders, Diz Our Dream, Paging Mr. Morrow, Tim Tracker, Adam the Woo, all those people that goes to the parks to bring you the live streams, Myers and the Mouse, whoever it may be, that bring you the live streams, that bring you the vlogs. If all of that is banned, you guys, unfortunately, are the ones that are going to suffer the most, because now you won't have that content anymore to be able to watch and go live at the parks and live vicariously through us. That's the part that makes me sad. And the friendships that we've made. But what do we know? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the part, is I'd love to do it. If it goes away tomorrow, I still have my day job. But you guys are the ones that you don't get to watch the streams anymore. You don't get to see the vlogs anymore. I don't know how they would do it anyway, because just because I'm in the park filming something doesn't mean I'm filming it for a video. I could be doing it just for my own personal memorabilia for my family. So how do they even know? Who knows? Yeah, that you would, Vicky. That's the thing. You guys would be the big losers in all of this. It would be very sad. I'm sorry. Well, and Matt, God bless them. If you're able to do it as a full-time job for you, you're living the dream. God bless you, and I'm glad they're able to do that. But I'm just saying, as a purpose of, I just feel bad. I would feel bad for you guys who never get a chance to go, and you do this because you love the community and you love going to the parks and seeing all the stuff, seeing all the merchandise, seeing the parades, seeing the fireworks, riding the rides, even if it's this way. Well, I agree, Stacy. I don't know why they wouldn't want us to do it. I mean, there's always going to be, not everything's going to be roses all the time. I'm not going to be a cheerleader for Disney. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell them I don't like it. But who knows? We'll see. But, we'll see how that goes. Disney streaming vloggers sell a lot more vacation trips than their own advertising does. It might. I don't know. How would you police that? True, Walt. I video every trip. I don't think they want to lose all that free. Yeah, I agree, Victor. I mean, I don't know how they would do it. That Mouse, welcome in. Good to see you. If they wanted banned streaming, just stop selling annual passes. That's true, too. I agree. And they're doing that. They're not selling annual passes anymore. But I don't think they can tell me, oh, by the way, we're getting rid of them. I guess they could. But yeah, that mouse, they might do that, and that will take care of a lot of it. Exactly. I know you guys do. Rachel, I know you do. Anyway, guys, have a great night. I hope to see you all this weekend. We will be live, I think, from Epcot on Saturday, Magic Kingdom on Sunday. If I get my car back, both of our cars are down. We literally have no car right now. As long as everything goes well there, we might even go live Friday or Thursday. I don't know yet. We're going to see what we can do. So look for those vlogs. Look for those videos. I do have 10 vlogs that will be coming out, one each day, starting tomorrow. There's a It's a Small World overlay that they do at Disneyland that's really cute. So be sure to look for that. Live streams are coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're new here for the first time, please consider subscribing to our channel. We are on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. If you're like to become a member, membership does have its privileges. Please be sure to check that out as well. If my mods could share all that out, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, Disney Dan, Disney Our Dream, Steve's World, Pete McDevitt, 4 partner channels. Check them out. Also check out our friends, Disney Nerd Herders. They're not an official partner channel, but they're very good friends of ours, and they've been going live from the parks as well. So we love you guys very, very much. Oh, Matt, thank you, buddy, towards your Uber fund. It's funny. Thank you, Matt. That was very generous of you. We might have to do that because I don't have a car right now. What happened was, I'll tell you real fast. Hi, Diane. Cheryl, welcome in, Cheryl. Good to see you. We got back from our trip. We left our car in, long-term parking. We got to the car, had a flat tire, and then the spare that was in there was flat too. So the guy came over, he pumped air in it, and we were able to get from the airport home on that tire. But then the next morning it was flat again. So it's at the shop. Hopefully it won't be that long. Anyway, I'm holding you guys up. Love you all very much. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you this weekend. Thank you again to all of our members, our mods. Anybody here, even if you're in the background and you're not chatting, if you're just watching, we love you. We know you're here. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, gang.